Chapter 8 of The American Housewife. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Nick Number. The American Housewife by Anonymous. Chapter 8. 119. Directions for Pickling. Vinegar for pickling should be good, but not of the sharpest kind. Brass utensils should be used for pickling. They should be thoroughly cleaned before using, and no vinegar should be allowed to cool in them, as the rust formed by so doing is very poisonous. Boil alum and salt in the vinegar in the proportion of half a teacup of salt and a tablespoonful of alum to 3 gallons of vinegar. Stone and wooden vessels are the only kinds of utensils that are good to keep pickles in. Vessels that have had any grease in will not do for pickles, as no washing will kill the grease that the pot has absorbed. All kinds of pickles should be stirred up occasionally. If there is any soft ones among them, they should be taken out, the vinegar scalded, and turned back while hot. If very weak, throw it away and use fresh vinegar. Whenever any scum rises, the vinegar needs scalding. If you do not wish to have all your pickles spiced, it is a good plan to keep a stone pot of spiced vinegar by itself, and put in a few of your pickles a short time before they are to be eaten. 120. To pickle peppers. Procure those that are fresh and green. If you do not like them very fiery, cut a small slit in them, and take the seeds out carefully with a small knife, so as not to mangle the pepper. Soak them in salt and water 8 or 9 days, changing the water each day. Keep them in a warm place. If you like them stuffed, chop white cabbage fine, season it highly with cloves, cinnamon, mace, and fill the peppers with it. Add nasturtiums if you like. Sew them up carefully, and put them in cold spiced vinegar. Tomatoes when very small and green are good pickled with the peppers. 121. Mangoes. Procure muskmelons as late in the season as possible. If pickled early they are not apt to keep well. Cut a small piece from the side that lies upon the ground while growing. Take out the seeds, and if the citron or nutmeg melons are used for mangoes, the rough part should be scraped off. The long common muskmelons make the best mangoes. Soak the melons in salt and water 3 or 4 days, then take them out of the water, sprinkle on the inside of the melons powdered cloves, pepper, nutmeg, fill them with small strips of horseradish, cinnamon, and small string beans. Flagroot, nasturtiums, and radish tops are also nice to fill them with. Fill the crevices with American mustard seed. Put back the pieces of melon that were cut off, and bind the melon up tight with white cotton cloth, sew it on. Lay the melons in a stone jar with the part that the covers are on up. Put into vinegar for the mangoes, alum, salt, and peppercorns in the same proportion as for cucumbers. Heat it scalding hot, then turn it onto the melons. Barberries or radish tops pickled in bunches are a pretty garnish for mangoes. The barberries preserve their natural color best by being first dried. Whenever you wish to use them, turn boiling vinegar on them and let them lie in it several hours to swell out. 122. To pickle butternuts and walnuts. The nuts for pickling should be gathered as early as July, unless the season is very backward. When a pin will go through them easily, they are young enough to pickle. Soak them in salt and water a week, then drain it off. Rub them with a cloth to get off the roughness. To a gallon of vinegar, put a teacup of salt, a tablespoonful of powdered cloves and mace mixed together, half an ounce of allspice, and peppercorns. Boil the vinegar and spices, and turn it while hot onto the nuts. In the course of a week, scald the vinegar, and turn it back on them while hot. They will be fit to eat in the course of a fortnight. 123. Peaches and apricots. Take those of a full growth, but perfectly green, put them in salt and water, strong enough to bear up an egg. When they have been in a week, take them out and wipe them carefully with a soft cloth. Lay them in a pickle jar. Put to a gallon of vinegar half an ounce of cloves, the same quantity of peppercorns, sliced ginger, and mustard seed. Add salt and boil the vinegar. Then turn it onto the peaches scalding hot. Turn the vinegar from them several times. Heat it scalding hot, and turn it back while hot. 124. To pickle cabbages and cauliflowers. Purple cabbages are the best for pickling. Pull off the loose leaves, quarter the cabbages, put them in a keg, and sprinkle a great deal of salt on each one. Let them remain 5 or 6 days. To a gallon of vinegar put an ounce of mace, 1 of peppercorns and cinnamon. Cloves and allspice improve the taste of the cabbages, but they turn it a dark color. Heat the vinegar scalding hot, put in a little alum, and turn it while hot onto the cabbages. The salt should remain that was sprinkled on the cabbages. Turn the vinegar from the cabbages 6 or 7 times. Heat it scalding hot and turn it back while hot to make them tender. Cauliflowers are pickled in the same manner. Cauliflowers cut into bunches and pickled with beetroots sliced look very prettily. 125. East India Pickle. Chop cabbage fine, leaving out the stalks, together with 3 or 4 onions, a root of horseradish, and a couple of green peppers to each cabbage. Soak the whole in salt and water 3 or 4 days. Spice some vinegar very strong with mace, cloves, allspice, and cinnamon. Heat it scalding hot, add alum and salt, and turn it on to the cabbage, onions, and pepper, which should previously have all the brine drained from them. This pickle will be fit to eat in the course of 3 or 4 weeks. 126. French beans and radish pods. Gather them while quite small and tender. Keep them in salt and water till you get through collecting them, changing the water as often as once in 4 or 5 days. Then scald them with hot salt and water, let them lie in it till cool, then turn on hot vinegar spiced with peppercorns, mace, and allspice. The radish top, if pickled in small bunches, are a pretty garnish for other pickles. 127. Nasturtium. Take them when small and green, put them in salt and water, change the water once in 3 days. When you have done collecting the nasturtiums, turn off the brine and pour on scalding hot vinegar. 128. Samphire. Procure samphire that is fresh and green, let it lay in salt for 3 days, then take it out, and for a peck of samphire spice a gallon of vinegar with a couple of dozen of peppercorns. Add half a teacup of salt, heat the vinegar scalding hot, and turn it on to the samphire while hot. Cover it close. In the course of 10 days, turn the vinegar from the samphire, heat it scalding hot, and turn it back. 129. Onions. Peel and boil them in milk and water 10 minutes. To a gallon of vinegar put half an ounce of cinnamon and mace, a quarter of an ounce of cloves, a small teacup of salt, and half an ounce of alum. Heat the vinegar, together with the spices, scalding hot, and turn it on to the onions, which should previously have the water and milk drained from them. Cover them tight till cold. 130. Artichokes. Soak the artichokes in salt and water for several days, then drain and rub them till you get all the skin off. Turn boiling vinegar on them, with salt, alum, and peppercorns in it, in the same proportion as for cucumbers. Let them remain a week, then turn off the vinegar, scald it, and turn it back while hot onto the artichokes. Continue to turn boiling vinegar onto the artichokes till thoroughly pickled. 131. Cucumbers. Gather those that are small and green and of a quick growth. Turn boiling water on them as soon as picked. Let them remain in it 4 or 5 hours, then put them in cold vinegar with alum and salt in the proportion of a tablespoonful of the former and a teacup of the latter to every gallon of vinegar. When you have done collecting the cucumbers for pickling, turn the vinegar from the cucumbers, scald and skim it till clear, then put in the pickles, let them scald without boiling, for a few minutes. Then turn them while hot into the vessel you intend to keep them in. A few peppers or peppercorns improve the taste of the cucumbers. Cucumbers to be brittle need scalding several times. If the vinegar is weak, it should be thrown away, and fresh put to the cucumbers, with more alum and salt. Another method of pickling cucumbers, which is good, is to put them in salt and water as you pick them, changing the salt and water once in 3 or 4 days. When you have done collecting your cucumbers for pickling, take them out of the salt and water, turn on scalding hot vinegar, with alum, salt, and peppercorns in it. 132. Gherkins. Put them in strong brine, keep them in a warm place. When they turn yellow, drain off the brine and turn hot vinegar on them. Let them remain in it till they turn green, keeping them in a warm place. Then turn off the vinegar, add fresh scalding hot vinegar spiced with mace, allspice, and peppercorns. Add alum and salt in the same proportion as for cucumbers. 133. To pickle oysters. Take the oysters from the liquor, strain and boil it. Rinse the oysters if there are any bits of the shells attached to them. Put them into the liquor while boiling. Boil them 1 minute, then take them out of it, and to the liquor put a few peppercorns, cloves, and a blade or 2 of mace. Add a little salt and the same quantity of vinegar as oyster juice. Let the whole boil 15 minutes, then turn it on to the oysters. If you wish to keep the oysters for a number of weeks, bottle and cork them tight as soon as cold. 134. To pickle mushrooms. Peel and stew them with just water enough to prevent their sticking at the bottom of the pan. Shake them occasionally to prevent their burning. When tender, take them up, and put them in scalding hot vinegar, spiced with mace, cloves, and peppercorns. Add a little salt. Bottle and cork them tight, if you wish to keep them long. End of Chapter 8. Recording by Nick Number.